Mirror, mirror on the wall. I ain't too short, I ain't too tall. Damn if I don't have it all.
Do you look in the mirror every morning after brushing your teeth and say, damn, I'm a badass? Do you leave out of the house every morning planning to do whatever the hell you want, void of what anyone else thinks? Is the only opinion that matters to you your own? Are attention-seeking women of such little importance that you can look right through them like window glass as they walk past? Then we want you on our team today. No need to sign papers and play dress-up. Welcome to Fort Marlboro, soldier. You're the newest recruit in a war against social stupidity where the only valuable thing a feminist scum can give you is directions. Make sure to stand post to learn the tools of the trade in boot camp by subscribing and reporting to base at Camp BitChute. And once all Marlboro men finish training, they can report for active duty at Camp Black Avenger. If you want to fund our free-thinking black men's campaign offensive against the forces of Sheville, simply become a paying patron member of the Commander of Field Operations, yours truly, General Brian Solange, and for the BATV Base Camp Readiness Center. Or, you can become more personal with your support by making a private donation to General Solange and Camp Black Avenger at www.paypal.com/Brian Too Bad TV Solange and www.paypal.com/Black Avenger TV. As the commanding general of this unit, I'm happy to have you on board, recruit. Black men now have a private army of real niggas that take shit from no one, online or off. What's going on, guys? So, let me be very clear starting off with this. As you may recall, I said that I would not be doing any more commentary videos on ScrewTube ever again. And I stand by that. But, as you also may recall, I said there were some exceptions to the content that I produce that would be uploaded on this shit site. Most of that is in regards to digital, what I call a digital billboard marketing, okay, or DBM, where I'm going to use silent videos, maybe with some background music, starting on October 23rd, to help me advertise the content that I have been producing for those of you who have been paying attention on BitChute and Black Avenger TV. 99% of all of my content that has commentary in it has been on and will remain on BitChute, Black Avenger TV, and Patreon from this point forward. Actually, going on about a month now, as I've already announced this. Okay? The only exceptions to that rule, and you know the other content, the other exception is, I told you guys, uploading other people's content. Okay? Because things are so bad now with the censoring with Google and YouTube that you actually have a Republican congresswoman. You can look her up. I forget her name, but you can look her up. She's actually suing Google for removing her political ad. Okay? Because they have a political agenda. They're, a lot of their main sponsors have political agendas, and there's just no way around the fact that throughout history, because of the animal nature of human beings, they're going to try to use whatever influence they have to influence other people, other other organisms that are of their species. No matter how organized and civilized we claim to be in this world, that's just the way it is. There's a jet coming overhead, so please forgive me. So, there is not going to be any commentary on anything coming from me here, with the exception of what I just mentioned. Okay? And also, me using this platform when I find something funny or something interesting, or something that supports a video commentary that I'm doing on BitChute, Black Avenger TV, or in the form of an audio blog on Patreon, then, as you guys have noticed, I've been uploading other people's copyrighted material, because that's what I was going to say. There's, at this point, with this political atmosphere, there's actually less of a risk of getting a copyright strike than getting a community guideline strike for quote unquote hate speech. And as I said, and I got a lot of likes on that comment on Mr. Carroll's latest video, one of his last videos. Hate speech, you need to understand now, is what YouTube and Google says hate speech is. Okay? Hate speech is what socio-political mood they're in. Like when they removed my video about the Dallas transsexual that was murdered for being ratchet in the streets. And they removed that, and a couple of days later, they told me that, they sent out a message across all content creators studio, our studio app, saying that the political climate and social acceptance of things like homosexuality and transsexuality has changed. So now you can't talk about gay people or transsexual people. You can't even lightly critique them. As far as we're concerned, that's hate speech now. Okay? So when you understand this, you understand why it is pointless to upload commentary on this shit site, because anything could be at risk. Okay? There was only one other exception. If y'all were paying attention, and I know a lot of you Negroes, you have hearing problems, you have attention deficit disorder. So I don't know how many of y'all were paying attention. But I said the only way you will hear my voice again, besides, and see content from me again, besides, the digital marketing that I'm gonna do for my videos on other websites, and uploading content from other people that I find interesting, is if I produce a project so large, meaning well over an hour, that I have to verbally promote it to help y'all understand what it's about, because I put so much time and effort into it. And so that's what this video is about. Now, I know this may come as a surprise to some of y'all, because I told y'all I had called off the idea of doing the Ghetto Gaggers documentary. But about a month and a half ago, I received an email. And following that email, I noticed some people talking about certain things in the chat room that piqued my interest. And once my interest was piqued, I began to look into what they informed me about and do research on it. And somehow one thing led to another, where I was just going to start off doing a commentary on one particular issue. And as I was doing research, as I've told y'all commonly before, that a lot of times when I'm looking into one thing, I'll discover something else. Because that's just, when you're really doing research into a story or a topic, that's gonna happen. Okay? Because, the truth tends to compound on top of itself and compound on top of other truths, just like lies do. Okay? So while I was working on, doing research to produce a video and commentary for one story wound up turning into 4 different stories. And all 4 of these stories just so happened to fall under one generalized category, which was black women who have done ghetto gaggers. And so what I decided to do was, I decided to produce 4 lengthy videos exposing this mess for what it truly was. Now, I told some of you guys that I was going to hold off. Most of y'all didn't even know that I had produced this commentary, because you haven't been paying attention. I know how a lot of you short attention span Negroes are. But some of you were aware, and some of you are also aware that a couple of weeks ago, I accidentally released one of those 4 videos of this docuseries by mistake, while I was uploading a batch of about 12 different videos on Black Avenger TV. Once I realized my mistake, I almost immediately took that video down, and a couple of you were complaining about it. I did not intend to put that video up at that time. Why? Because I wanted to release my documentary on the Amber Geiger trial and Botham Jean case. I wanted to release my documentary on that first. But let me tell you, along with the 6 hours and 51 minutes of audio that I produced for that documentary, the fact that it is still in production and it has a total of 20 chapters, including 2 intros, a prelude, and 18 different segments. 21 different segments. And for right now, I'm only on chapter 4. I realized that that documentary is going to take me the way I'm doing it, producing it like a professional documentary and combining it with my commentary. This is going to take most likely the rest of this month. Plus, I'm trying to squeeze that in between, working my business. I thought I could do 3 or 4 segments a day, but it's taking me one day just to get, 3/4 of a segment to a segment done. Okay. So that documentary is probably not going to come out until sometime around the first week of November. But I guarantee you and I promise you it's going to be worth it. And it's so large of a documentary. I mean, this essentially is going to be like My Hidden Colors or like My Fatherless America. Okay. You show me a black content creator on YouTube or anywhere else that will do more than just get on a live stream and bicker back and forth like a kindergartner and stir up drama, that would actually take time out of their busy schedule to not only produce a documentary of this magnitude, okay, and of this size, but give it to y'all for absolutely fucking free. Show me one motherfucker that will do that for you. Show me one. Call them out. And really, to be honest, and I know a lot of you brothers who talk with me in the background would agree with this, I really should charge y'all for this. I should charge everybody $1 to see this. Because every video clip, every music track in the background, the tweaking of the volume, news archive and historical real footage, my commentary, syncing it with pictures and videos, all of this shit takes tremendous effort. For example, I did one intro trailer for one chapter. That intro trailer was only 4 minutes long. I'm talking about a couple of days ago in production of this documentary. You know how long it fucking took me to get everything together to properly edit just the fucking intro trailer for that one chapter? You know how long it took to edit 4 fucking minutes? An entire fucking day. Yeah, I'm overdoing it. I'm doing what black people call the most. So I've decided that instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to release this first documentary. Well, it's really a docuseries. But what I've done for you guys is I've given you 2 options. Okay. Now here's the thing. For those of you Negroes who are slow, I can't help you. Okay. For obvious reasons, I'm not going to be able to post the link directly to these two, to this Ghetto Gaggers documentary. Okay. That's entitled Ghetto Gaggers, The Black American Queen Exposed. I'm not going to be able to post the links directly to those videos. But what I will tell you, if you should already know, is that there are 3 videos. Okay. 5 videos. My mistake. Excuse me. There are 5 videos. Okay. One video contains the entire 3 hours, 19 minutes, and 41 seconds, I believe, of the 4 separate videos in this docuseries. Okay. It's combined into one video. Again, equaling 3 hours, 19 minutes, and 41 seconds. That video is on BitChute. But here's the catch. You're going to have to really fucking pay attention. Okay? Look at the screenshots that I have up here. You're going to have to go into your settings to watch this video. Really, I'm not supposed to put this on BitChute. But the only chance of it not being taken down because it's pornographic in nature You're going to have to go into your settings on BitChute. First of all, you're going to have a BitChute account. If you don't have a BitChute account, you're not going to be able to see it in its entirety. Okay? But go into BitChute, okay? And go to your settings. After you create an account, if you don't already have one, you're going to have to set your settings to where you can see the video because it's on a restricted mode. The only way you are going to be able to view this video in its entirety, okay, with the 4 videos combined, like a documentary, you're going to have to go to BitChute, have an account, go into settings, and under settings, you're going to have to go to something called content sensitivity, which should be at the bottom. I don't know how it is for people who aren't content creators, just viewers, but you're going to see content sensitivity. You're going to have to, everybody's content sensitivity on BitChute is by default set to normal. And this means content that is suitable for ages 16 and over. You're going to have to go there and you're going to have to click on NSFL. Okay? NSFL is content that contains graphic content and should be viewed with extreme discretion. You're going to have to click on that and then click save, okay, to allow your account on BitChute to be able to view this video, because I'm going to have it severely restricted to NSFL, okay? So nobody can click on it and accidentally, watch it at work and wind up getting fired, or, nobody can click on it in the school computer laboratory or at the library, and some little old lady librarian walking past and catches a view and it gives her a heart attack or anything like that. Okay, so you can only view this on your personal phone or when you're at home. Okay, it's going to be it's going to be set to the setting of NSFW. That's the only way you're going to be. I'm sorry, NSFL. NSFW is actually the second most restrictive setting for a particular video. This is a feature that I love about BitChute that is not enabled or given on YouTube, and hopefully will be very soon when the Black Avenger TV site upgrades. Okay, so you can view content that is restricted that would otherwise be offensive to most larger general audiences. Okay, so if you do not, and I know a lot of you Negroes still ain't gonna get this, and you're just gonna have to miss out. If you do not do that, you're not going to be able to view this video in its entirety on BitChute. Now, the other option that you have is you're going to be able to view these videos one at a time. Okay, but I'm only going to release them like once every 24 to 48 hours. It's going to be part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. Okay, each individual video that was produced. Okay, so if you don't know how to follow directions, and I know there's a lot of slow motherfuckers, I'm gonna go into that a little bit later on. I don't know about it in this video, but I know there's a lot of y'all that's just y'all not using both paddles on y'all canoe. So if you didn't pick up what I just said and you can't replay this video and understand the clear directions that I just gave you, you just ain't gonna be able to view the shit on BitChute. But the other option is you can view it under normal settings, since I believe Black Avenger only has one setting for viewing that type of content, because I'm not handing out no passwords for this shit, so if you go to Black Avenger, okay, you will be able to view it, but you'll only be able to view it one video at a time, and it's going to take a total of 4 days because there are 4 videos on Black Avenger. Okay, like I said, it's going to be part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. And each one of these videos is going to be released over a course of 4 to 8 days. It just depends on, how much traffic I get per video and whatever else I'm doing. But they're going to be released no later than every 48 hours apart from one another. Okay. So those are your two options. You can view it on BitChute as a whole, 3 hours, 19 minutes, 41 seconds, but you have to set your settings on your account to allow them to view NSFL content, or you have to view it on Black Avenger, one video at a time. And one new video will be released in this docuseries every 24 to 48 hours. And again, for the hearing impaired, the reason why I chose to go ahead and release my Ghetto Gaggers docuseries first is because the Amber Geiger Botham Jean documentary, which is going to expand far beyond what we saw happen in that courtroom, and is going to take you Negroes through a few history lessons, but really, even with a 7+ hour, possibly 8+ hour long documentary that is obviously, like the Ghetto Gaggers docuseries, going to be broken up into several different videos. Really, even 8 hours is not enough to explain, to really break down not only what happened in that courtroom, but why Black people are in such a demented state that they are in today, to the point where we would see what we saw in that courtroom, and then a week later, another Black person gets gunned down in virtually the same area of Texas by a police officer. Okay, so again, that's going to take me, it's going to, I'm averaging about a segment a day. It's going to take me some time to compile all of that, but I guarantee you it will be worth the wait. And I'm going to have a little fun with this. I'm going to release a preview intro of almost every segment when I'm done with this, to help advertise this, which is something that's kind of funny. I say that because I'm giving it to you motherfuckers most likely for free. I don't know too many people who would actually do this much work and offer it up for free. And the reason why I'm offering it for free is because I need as many Negroes to understand why we saw what we saw in that courtroom, and continue to see what we see on social media and in these streets today, when no other group collectively acts this way but us. I need y'all to understand that. And, just from my perspective and my style, I'm going to do the absolute best that I can to help y'all understand that. And so I decided, instead of trying to rush through this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to take my time. Okay. Now, following the Ghetto Gaggers docuseries and the Amber Geiger Botham Jean documentary, which is going to be entitled Black Zebras and White Lions, Amber's Courtroom Slave Plantation and the History Behind It, I'm also, sometime before the end of this year, hopefully, I'm going to finally get around to another documentary that I promised you guys, entitled The Tiffany Jolene Conspiracy. Okay. A couple of years ago, I know Tiffany Jolene is kind of like in the review, but y'all know it took me a year to get to Paris Milan's ass, and everybody had forgot about that little titter tat me and her had. But when I got to her, I got to her. It took me a while to get to Crystal and Kerzin, but when I got to her, I got to her. Okay. So it's taking me a while to get to this Tiffany Jolene conspiracy thing. But I'm going, just like the Ghetto Gaggers documentary, just like everything else I promised y'all, I'm going to get to it. Okay. A couple of years ago, there was a brother in Georgia that he presented me with some information about that behind the scenes that I don't think anybody else picked up on. But essentially, we made the Black female that was behind the Tiffany Jolene character. Not only did we, like a lot of people that found out that Tiffany Jolene plagiarized what she said in that Facebook post. But we found out that Tiffany Jolene is not what y'all think she is. So Tiffany Jolene is coming back up. Tiffany Jolene is coming back up. Okay. And y'all are going to get an opportunity to see who was behind all of that mess. A individual who thinks that they got away. But unfortunately, Brian Solange is the master of research. So it is what it is. That's coming down the pipe. And I want to say one other thing before I close this out. Since y'all aren't going to hear my voice on YouTube anymore until I finish with this Amber Geiger Botham Jean documentary. There's a bunch of y'all that are bugging me about making a video commentary on what happened in North Carolina with this white guy that allegedly gave hundreds of hood rats HIV. I'm not going to make a commentary on that. And I tell you why. Number one, because obviously I'm bogged down already with producing this commentary, producing this documentary, Black Zebras versus White Lions, the Amber Geiger Botham Jean story. But even more importantly than that, I realize that a lot of you Negroes, because there was one of you Negroes that was audacious enough to say to me when I accidentally released that one, I believe it was part 3 of the 4-part docuseries for Ghetto Gaggers a couple of weeks ago on Black Avenger TV. I accidentally broadcast it before I quickly took it down. And I don't know if any of y'all saw any parts of that, but he told me that he was so excited to see the Ghetto Gaggers documentary. When he saw I had posted it, he went downstairs and he grabbed some popcorn or something to eat or something like that and ran back upstairs to view what I had produced. And of course, while I am appreciative of black men supporting and liking my content, I find it highly interesting how Negroes will run and grab something to eat like they're in a fucking movie theater to watch me talk about black women. But when I talk about black men, like that Joshua kid that was in the Amber Geiger trial as the star witness, when I expose y'all's nonsense, when I expose your wretchedness, a lot of y'all got a problem with it. To the point where I had to block one Negro that had been commenting on and supporting my content for months because he was so angry that he got beside himself when I suggested that Joshua Brown's demise was of his own doing. Oh, he didn't like that. Oh, you Negroes weren't, and I didn't even say anything again. That was uploaded content. I put some subtitles in there, but I didn't say a mumbling word in that video that y'all know I released about a week ago. Negroes weren't running downstairs or running into the kitchen to grab no popcorn to come back upstairs and view that. Because just like the black American female, or as y'all call FEFAL, y'all have a problem. You have a real problem with looking in the mirror and facing the fact that you are your biggest enemy. And you are a problem just like she is. See, everybody from Tommy to Tyreek has talked about this white man infecting all these hood rats with HIV. But what nobody has talked about is how all of these hood rats can still go back into the black community after doing the nasty with MGK over there and sleep with y'all and be y'all boo and kiss you on the lips and give you a blowjob. They don't want to talk about how most of these hood rats, including the ones on Ghetto Gaggers, have had a majority of their sexual experiences and encounters with black men. They don't want to talk about how a majority of black people who have sexually transmitted diseases get them from who? Other black people. Okay? They don't want to talk about how a majority of black men who are killed in these streets are killed by other black men. We don't want to talk about that. But we can talk about bed wenches and ghetto gaggers and dirty white boys giving, hood rats and thoughts HIV all day long. And as long as you don't want to face yourself and face your demons, you're deluding yourself that anything is ever going to change. You're ignoring the elephant in the room the same way she is. And as long as you do that, you ain't got nothing coming from me but what you get. So with that being said, y'all go ahead and you enjoy this documentary and know that I have many videos that I will be advertising through my community posts, as I have been doing for months now, that are already uploaded and just ready to be publicized one at a time on BitChute after this Ghetto Gaggers documentary or Ghetto Gaggers docuseries. And that once I produce the Botham Jean, Amber Geiger, Black Zebras, and White Lions documentary, that will be available on both BitChute and Black Avenger TV. There's also, if you go to Patreon right now, you can get a little sneak peek, or I guess a sneak listen to of the intro for the White Lions versus the Black Zebras versus White Lions Amber Geiger Botham Jean documentary, as I produced a audio blog with that intro audio in it that's going to be included in the documentary. If you're a member of my Brian Blogs Corner Club Patreon site, you can go over and view that right now. That audio blog is available. And yeah, that's what's basically here, and that's what's coming down the pipe. Thank you so much, and talk to you later, guys.